from the Canton Memorial Civic Center. For the 11th consecutive season, WOAC TV 67 Sports proudly presents the Ohio High School Athletic Association Basketball Tournament. Tonight, a boys Division I district semifinal. The defending district champion Jackson Polar Bears taking on the GlenOak Golden Eagles. And this TV 67 special sports presentation is being brought to you in part by George Wakem Ford. George Wakem really is your friend at the factory. CCI and Ameritech Centrex, your telecommunications teammates. Clearwater Systems, for water the way it should be. Sterling Farm Equipment in both Sterling and Worcester, where you can save now on the entire Cub Cadet line. Edwin Shaw Hospital, the region's rehabilitation leader. And Toyota, I love what you do for me, Toyota. Hello again, everyone. Yours truly, Scott Davis, my broadcast partner, Tom Cannell, our statistician, Vic Steffen. Tonight, Kevin Hoffman producing, along with Frank Schubert, Mike Tonjes, and our friends of Image Video. For the first time since we've been covering the district tournament, a decade ago, the top two seeds are joined by two Cinderella teams in the boys Division I Canton District Tournament. Tonight, the top seed and defending Canton District and regional champion Jackson Polar Bears are challenged by Federal League foe GlenOak. The Polar Bears 18-3 on the season, coming off a 54-33 sectional title win over Massillon a week ago. Jackson, down by 9 at halftime, outscored the Tigers 34-6 in the second half. In that victory, Jamie Bosley, Matt Thiel, and Ali Cart combining for 46 of the 54 points in the winning effort. Scott Henderson, injured in that game, will give it a go tonight. He's in Larry Taylor's starting lineup. The Golden Eagles 14-8, knocking off third-seeded Alliance 58-48 on this floor a week ago. Cousins Chris and Devin Downing, senior Aaron Hull, and junior Derek Fox combining for 56 of GlenOak's 58 points. For the first time since 1988, GlenOak is in Stark County's version of the Final Four. It marks Jim Nicodemo's first season that year as head coach of the Golden Eagles, so he's here for a second time. And Tom Cannell for the Jackson Polar Bears, quite a record for Larry Taylor and company. The 7th consecutive season they have reached the district tournament. And I think they've really developed a reputation of being a tournament-tested, tough team. They seem to step it up a notch here, and the other teams around the area are going to have to match that step if they're going to keep Jackson from getting out of here again. Pretty good matchup tonight. GlenOak plays them tough. A real oddity in their first encounter. In the second period of the first game that they played, Jackson Scott scored 0 points. No points in an entire quarter. They came back with 23-8 run in the fourth period to put that game away. So I think they match up pretty well. Just a matter of can GlenOak get enough people to put enough points on the board, because they cannot get in a running battle with Jackson. Jackson winning both regular season meetings 53-36 back on January the 6th. And in game number 2, played in mid-February at GlenOak, Jackson coming from behind, as Tom Cannell mentioned, in the fourth period to win it 63-56. Talking to the coaches before the game and earlier in the week, GlenOak's Jim Nicodemo saying, Scott, we have all our players on the floor at the same time. They've been hit hard at various times this year by injury, a couple of suspensions to deal with. On the Jackson side, they are banged up. Scott Henderson's ankle injury that we talked about just a few minutes ago. Jamie Bosley had a knee problem. So talking to Larry Taylor, as you look at the All-Ohioan Jamie Bosley, Stark County's all-time scoring leader, Larry Taylor says, give credit to our trainer, Vince Wake, for the job he's done getting all the starters ready for this ball game. Well, after the grind that you have in the regular season, these kids are beat up a little bit, and they're going into that second season where they've really got to get it together. We know Jackson has a couple of guys that can score. They need to have some people step up. We've had different people, different nights with hot hands. I think for GlenOak, there is no person to step forward. There is no Bosley on the GlenOak side, but they spread it around well. And if they can spread it around enough and enough people can step up tonight, it should be a good ball game. Let's pause. We'll be back with the starting lineups and the opening tip. It's tournament time in the Hall of Fame city. Pair of 52s in the middle. The jump center, Eric Jensen at 6'5", Scott Henderson at 6'7". You note the heavily taped right ankle on the Jackson pivot man. Jeff Chain controls the tip, gives it to Chris Up, and we're underway in this Canton District semifinal.
Quickly in a man-to-man by GlenOak.
Matt Thiel to Jamie Bosley, picked up initially by Chris Downing. Bosley trying to work off a Henderson pick. Instead, Scott Henderson gets it. He'll put it up from the foul line.
Well, he turned around. Everybody backed off of him, and he just had a free one.
Scott Henderson averaging 8 points per game. Only played about a minute against Massillon in the postseason. 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 block shots per contest. Fox, this is Hall. High post Jensen, back to Derek Fox. Swing it over to Devin Downing. His cousin Chris Downing working inside against Matt Thiel. Far side, Derek Fox, guarded by Jamie Bosley. High post Jensen. Bounced it inside. Somehow Fox got it and takes it to the hole. Derek Fox averaging 14 per game regular season, 16 in 2 tournament encounters. He had 11 points per game in the 2 contests on average against Jackson. Matt Thiel, a long 3, nothing but net.
Well, you could feel it. He wanted the ball badly. He got it and just launched it. He had the feeling on that one.
You see why Matt Thiel is hitting 50% of his 3-point shots on the season.
There's nothing but the bottom of the cords.
It's Jackson by a tray. We've played almost a minute and a half. Chris Downing picked up by Chris Zupp. Downing makes a move. Zupp gets the blocking foul. Chris Zupp, performer on both Jackson's football and basketball teams. First foul of the ball game. Derek Fox to trigger it, just to the left of the GlenOak bucket. Devin Downing running the show, gets words of wisdom from Jim Nicodemo. Working Devin Downing and Fox out front. Aaron Hull in the middle. This is Jensen, the center, playing outside the 3-point arc.
Jackson switched to a zone real quick, Scott, and GlenOak took it outside.
And Aaron Hull buries it. Aaron Hull averaging 12 per game, but averaging 17 points in GlenOak's 2 tournament wins. Pressure by the Golden Eagles, broken by the Polar Bears. Thiel, another shot off the rim. Bosley tips it to Chain. He puts it off the glass. Chain averaging 3 points per game regular season. Also chips in with 3 rebounds per contest. He can play forward or in the middle. 7-5 Jackson, 5:35 to go first period. Hull, nice bounce pass. Downing double team. Hull makes a move, puts up his second shot, just missed. Battle inside, Jensen comes away with it, puts it up, puts it in. Eric Jensen averaging 6 points per game regular season, 4 per contest against Jackson. Jamie Bosley forcing the action, blocked by Fox. We'll call a foul on Aaron Hull. Check it, the foul will go against Jensen. We'll pause, 5:13 to go in the first period. We appreciate their support. Jamie Bosley in the tournament now, 11 out of 11 from the foul line, an 80% foul shooter regular season. Tom Canton, he is now 6 points away from becoming the first player to score 2,000 points in the history of Stark County basketball. Chris Downing getting a towel, might have gotten a shot in the face.
He was dogging Bosley down the entire way and then got caught up in that melee under the hoop. But you're right, Scott. 2,000 points. Think about that. This is a kid that was the 6th man as a freshman. He's just money in the bank late season at the foul line. He's the last guy you want to put there if you're the opponent.
2-point Jackson advantage as we approach the 5-minute mark in this opening period. Bosley with a steal, but ran out of real estate, and Chris Downing corrals it for GlenOak. Good move by Jamie, but just ran out of room.
He was in Larry Taylor's lap.
Devin Downing gets a pick from Jensen in the paint, puts up the runner, beauty. Devin Downing averaging 6 points per game regular season, 7 in the tournaments. Jamie Bosley needs some help, finds it in the form of Chris Zupp. Full court pressure being applied by GlenOak. Pass inside, Chain double team, put it up, no, but a foul.
GlenOak applying the trapping press, three-quarter court.
He'll go against Derek Fox. It'll be his first. Jeff Chain, the best foul shooter on the Jackson team at 86%. His first free throw in the tournament. Jeff Chain, another two-sport athlete, also played football for the Jackson Polar Bears. Polar Bears as a team, very fine at the foul line.
As always.
74% regular season, 88% in the tournaments. Even better now since they're 4 out of 4 in this game. 2-point lead for the Polar Bears as we approach the midway point here in the first period. It's Fox, Devin Downing, and Hall working out front. There's Jensen, makes a move on Henderson against the double team. Shot is off the mark, and Jackson will get the basketball. Six-man extraordinaire, Ali Cart checking in. Chris Zupp will sit down. Ali Cart averaging 9 per game. Came off the bench against Massillon when Henderson went down and finished with 14.
You're going to see the shot come off the rim, and then Chris Downing will jump in. It'll go off of him and out of bounds.
Ali Cart wasting no time. Henderson thought he was going to put up the shot. Instead, Ali tried a strong pass to number 52, and on the turnover, GlenOak gets it back. Jackson by 2, 3:55 to go first period. As expected, GlenOak hanging tough with the defending district and regional champions. Devin Downing, short. Cart comes away with it. Jackson wants to run 3-on-2. Cart, strong pass. Henderson right there.
That was kind of an instant replay, only this time Henderson had his head up.
Scott Henderson with 4. The Jackson lead is 4. 3:25 to go first period.
I think that's the one thing I noticed when we had Cart in an earlier game, is his ability to lead the floor and read the floor.
Jamie Bosley coming away with a long rebound. Takes it home, no. And Chris Downing comes away with it. GlenOak wants to force the action. Bosley stole it from Hull. Going in against 2 men. Gets the shot up. Yes!
How do you stop it? You had 2 men back defending.
Number 44 never hesitating on the Schwartz home scoreboard. The Jackson lead is 6. 2:45 to go. Downing against the much bigger Henderson. Blocked by Henderson. They'll call number 52 for a foul. We'll pause. 2:42 to go first period. Conaway checking in. Jensen and Fox will sit down. Chris Downing will try to split the pair. He is 5 out of 10 from the foul line in the tournament. 51% foul shooter on the regular season. Averaging 12 points per game, 13 in postseason play, and 13 against the Polar Bears. He splits the pair. He's in the scorebook for the first time. The Jackson lead is 5, 2:40 to go first period. Cart and Zupp in the Jackson backcourt. Bosley, Thiel, and Chain out front. Cart misfires on the 3. Bosley saves it. Got it back to Cart. What a play. Cart stops foul line. Back to Thiel. Open for 3. Counting a foul.
And that was a rainbow from deep in the corner. Cart with another good look. Shot is away. That is almost to the blue line. In the hoop and to the line for a 4-point opportunity.
Could be an ominous sign for GlenOak. Matt Thiel had only 6 points against Massillon, and right now he can get his 7th point of the first period against GlenOak.
Well, you could tell he was feeling it the first time he touched the ball. He launched it without hesitation and right through the cords.
Matt Thiel, first ballot for CCI Player of the Game. We'll pick at least one player from each team. They'll receive a handsome plaque from our friends of CCI and Ameritech Centrex. Thiel already owns one off his performance in the regular season. Bosley with the steal. Jamie Bosley has a wall full of CCI Player of the Game plaques over his illustrious career. A 9-point Jackson lead. That cart pass stolen by Chris Downing.
Well, he just tried that cross-court pass through too many people.
Jesse Barr ready to check in for the first time for the Polar Bears. 1.5 minutes to go here, first period. Hall sets up for the three. Quickly double team, knocked out of bounds by Matt Thiel. His up is in, and Cart will sit down to get some words of wisdom from Larry Taylor. Derek Fox back in for GlenOak, and Devin Downing will get a breather. So it's Chris Downing, Derek Fox, Conaway, Sims, and Hull for GlenOak.
He's up with a block.
That will be his second personal foul. First player in the game to get 2. Henderson and Cart ready to check back in for Jackson.
First step just dooms up. You can't stay with Downing.
Substitutions, number 14, Ollie Cart, and number 52, Scott Henderson.
This is a 9-1 run that the Polar Bears have been on here.
Sup and Barr will sit down, and that one again goes off Matt Thiel. Hit him hard in the left hand. 1:22 to go, first period. And with the run that Tom Canton talked about, it's Jackson by 9. Tomorrow night, we'll join you at 10:30. Canton McKinley against Worcester. Saturday night, 10:30. The winner of this game versus the winner of that game for the Canton District title. Jeff Chain will pick up the personal foul.
Good penetration by Downing. Here you see Chain reach in, get a lot of the wrist. Ball sails over the hoop, but he'll go to the line and shoot a pair.
Chris Downing, 1 out of 2 from the foul line in the game. Matches his regular season and postseason averages from the foul line. Chris Downing did a great job defensively. Tom Canton on DeMarcus Nolan. We saw Nolan of Alliance have the big game against Canton McKinley and earn CCI honors. Downing, a fine defender, and along with his 12-point per game average, chips in with 6 rebounds and 3 assists per contest. Good all-around player. Hits both foul shots here, so the Jackson lead sliced to 7, just over a minute to go. Now Matt Thiel running the show for Larry Taylor. This is Jamie Bosley, picked up by Fox. High post Henderson against the double team. Finds Thiel in the corner. This time gives it off inside to Bosley against the double team. Off the glass, and it rolls in. Jamie Bosley with 6. The Jackson lead back to 9. 42 seconds to go, first period. So Jackson behind Massillon by 9 at halftime, currently leading by 9 here in the first period against GlenOak. This is Sims, the young sophomore, knocked away by Bosley, out of bounds to GlenOak. 24 seconds to go. Fox to trigger, out front to Aaron Hull. Back to Derek Fox, looking inside to Sims, and said Fox will drive, put it up against Bosley. No. Battle for the rebound. Jeff Chain has it with 15 seconds to go. Needs some help. Finds in the form of Matt Thiel. 10 seconds to go. Jamie Bosley in the open floor. He'll put it up, put it in. Bosley, 8 in the period. Biggest lead for Jackson at 11. The shot is up, and that'll do it. End of 1. The Polar Bears 23, the Golden Eagles 12.
GlenOak 12. GlenOak hanging in early. In fact, even trading threes with the Polar Bears. Had it tied at 9-9, but they've been clubbed over the head 13-3 with a run since that point. And that's how we stretch it out to 23-12.
For GlenOak, 7 have played, 5 have scored. Chris Downing with 3 foul shots, and the other 4 starters, Hull, Fox, and the Downings. Devin and, I should say, Chris Downing with 3. Take 2, Scott. Hull with 2, Fox with 2, Devin Downing with 2, and Eric Jensen with 2. Now we got it. And you look to your leaders, Tom Cannell, you look to the guys who've been there before. Bosley with 8, Thiel with 7, and Henderson with 4. They've combined for 19 of Jackson's 23 points. Jeff Chain has the other 4.
I think that brings out what you alluded to earlier. That's the season tournament toughness of this Jackson team with the seniors.
Hall guarded closely by Jamie Bosley. Jackson, 72% shooting from the floor as Ali Cart knocks that one out of bounds. 8 out of 11. GlenOak 40% from the floor, 4 for 10. Vic Steffen's numbers at the foul line. GlenOak 3 out of 4. Jackson 5 for 5. Rebounds Jackson 5, GlenOak 3. Turnovers the Golden Eagles 4. The Polar Bears 3. Just underway, period number 2. GlenOak with the ball, trails by 11. Fox guarded by Chain. Fox gets a step and gets the bucket. Derek Fox, averaging 14 points and 5 rebounds per game, has 4 to lead GlenOak. The Jackson lead is 9 with 7:20 to go before halftime. Out on the floor for Jackson, Ali Cart, Scott Henderson, Jamie Bosley, Matt Thiel, and Jeff Chain. Bosley, three-point line in the paint, puts it up, got hammered. I think it'll go against Sims. That'll be his first. Jamie Bosley, 2 out of 2 from the line in the game, 8 points in the contest, 12 out of 12 from the foul line in the tournament.
Well, you did it.
Yep.
Your powers are amazing.
Jamie Bosley proving that he is indeed a human being and not a basketball machine, making mistakes just like we all do, and quickly recovering. Bosley leads all scorers with 9. The Jackson lead is 10. We've played a minute here in period number 2. Chris Downing against Ali Cart. Back outside to Aaron Hall. Derek Fox, three-point arc. He'll put it up from inside 3 and hits his second bucket of this period. Derek Fox, the 6-foot junior, with 6 points overall. An 8-point Jackson lead. Jamie Bosley picked up by Fox. Hart in the corner, double team, cross court, Thiel. He's had the hot hand, puts up a little runner off the glass, no. Strong rebound, Chris Downing. 2-on-1 the other way. Downing will make a move on Ali Cart, too strong. Fox over the back, and he'll get called for the foul. We will pause, 6:22 to go in period number 2. Two personal fouls on Derek Fox, so Fox has 2 for GlenOak. Chris Zupp with 2 for Jackson. Ali Cart, high post, Scott Henderson. Back to Cart. Cart down, maintains the dribble, gets the ball back, dishes inside to Bosley, blocked by Hull, out of bounds to GlenOak. I want to know how Ali Cart held onto the basketball.
Most people don't realize this kid's big as strong as he is. He's 6'3", looks to go probably about 190.
Exchange student from Turkey and the latest in the long line of great 6 men at Jackson. The list that includes Jamie Bosley and Matt Thiel. Bosley with the steal, goes in against Downing, count it. Larry Taylor wanted a blocking foul. Jim Nicodemo wanted a charge.
Bosley gets up a little gingerly, took a hard fall. That was, I guess, no harm, no foul there. They both went sprawling. They're both feeling it. Let's take a look at it. This is some serious contact.
Jamie Bosley, a very physical player. No question about that. It's been his style throughout his career. Conaway in the paint. Henderson with the block and a foul.
Larry Taylor not too happy. He says, what can he do? He just has his hand straight up. He'll lose that argument. There you see Larry. Watch Henderson will put his hand straight up. Does a little wrist massage, however.
In the last 5 years, Larry Taylor has led Jackson to 90 wins and 5 straight district appearances. It's actually 7 in a row, but 5 for 5 when we talk about the last 5 years. Dave Conaway, 6'1" junior, will try to split the pair. Now 2 out of 3 from the foul line in the tournaments. Can't get it to go. Collision. I think Chris Downing will get called for the personal.
The Cart jumped in and grabbed it. He was just no physical match for Downing.
Substitution number 52, Eric Jensen.
Jensen back in the middle, and Conaway will sit down. First foul on Chris Downing. So they'll go with both big men in the lineup, Sims and Jensen. So good height on the floor for Jim Nicodemo. Bosley double teamed. Tries to get it to Henderson, stolen by Sims. Good outlet pass to Chris Downing. He'll take it in against Cart. Chris Downing with 5 minutes to go before halftime. The Jackson lead, at one time 11, is down to 8. Thiel, Cart, Bosley, Henderson, and Chain on the floor for Jackson. Sims, Jensen, Chris Downing, Hull, and Fox on the floor for GlenOak. Matt Thiel, his 3rd three-point goal of the first half. He leads all scorers with 10.
All from that left side and deep in the corner.
Kevin Verdi ready to check in for Larry Taylor and company. Fox will try to counter the tray, short. Sims with the rebound, back to Fox. This is Jensen against Henderson. Back outside. Hall got a pick from Jensen, and off the glass and down. Aaron Hall, averaging 12 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists per game. 17-point tournament average as he's brought it up a level offensively in postseason play. He's got 4 in the game. Good passing by the Polar Bears. Chain with the shot.
You know, Chain's a better shot than people think, too. He just doesn't take many.
Jeff Chain has tied his season high of 6 points, and we still have 2.5 periods to play here at the Civic Center. Well, Chain taking some of the pressure off Henderson offensively inside. Speaking of inside play, Reed Sims, no. Downing right there. Downing with 4 in the period, 7 in the half. 31-22 Jackson, 3:35 to go before halftime. Ollie Cart picked up by Chris Downing. Back out to Thiel, guarded by Hall. Now Jensen picks him up. Double team in the corner, Bosley, and it's stolen away by Chris Downing. 2-on-1 the other way. Downing all the way. Missed it. Bosley got it, foul. It'll go against Ollie Cart. We'll pause. 3:12 to go before halftime. Conaway is back in and Jensen sits down. Fox to trigger it, back out to Chris Downing. GlenOak with the basketball, down by 9 as we approach the 3-minute mark, second period. Downing off the mark. Conaway was there, and it's stripped away. Bosley has it for Jackson. Jamie Bosley working on Sims. Sims draws the foul. Second personal foul on the young sophomore center.
See the reach in right here. The ball then gets away, but plenty of Sims and the body.
GlenOak is over the team foul limit, so Jamie Bosley, 3 out of 4 in the game from the charity stripe, will go back to the line. This young man can make a living at the foul line. And now he leads all scorers with a dozen. Devin Downing is back in, and Sims will sit down as Jim Nicodemo exchanges underclassmen. In case you're just joining us, only 2 seniors on the GlenOak team, so like several other clubs in Stark County, Massillon coming to mind, along with GlenOak, the future very bright. Bosley missed the foul shot, but hits the deuce.
Jackson basket by number 44, Jamie Bosley.
Bosley with 14 points. The Jackson lead, a dozen. Biggest lead of the game as Tom Canton helping out, keeping track. Working with the one, the only Stat Stefan. Tonight joined by Lori Carey on the visual side. Bosley, still another steal, working on Fox. 1-on-3, and Bosley puts it down. Timeout, GlenOak. Just under 2.5 minutes to go before halftime. Tom Canton, you run out of things to say about number 44.
Well, you know, you'd hate to see that one guy is going to get all of the basketball all night long, but you know it's going to happen. He tries to share the basketball. They get it back to him. He knows what to do with it. He puts it in the hole, but these other guys look to him. He leads. He tries to share the basketball. Sometimes they won't let him. So a lot of these people come out and say, look at this guy, ball hog, this, that, and the other thing. This kid tries to get the other guys involved, but they look to him to lead. He does it better than anybody I've ever seen at a high school level.
Well, and of course, he had 8 points at the end of the first period, going over the 2,000-point plateau. You remember Mr. Inside, Mr. Outside as far as Army football, Blanchard and Davis. Well, Jackson has it. Mr. Inside, Jamie Bosley, Mr. Outside, Matt Thiel. But they'd be the two players who would be the first to tell you if it wasn't for Henderson and Zupp and Chain and Cart dishing them the ball, being the unselfish players they are. That's what makes this Jackson basketball team so dangerous.
I think what's the amazing part of this is this kid is a 2,000-point scorer. He's 6'1", and he's got the majority of his points inside.
A unique basketball talent, and I'm sure Randy Ayers will be glad to see him down at St. John Arena.
I'd like to have a bus full of them, I think.
Well, let's see what Jim Nicodemo did during the timeout. His team down by 14. Devin Downing, Derek Fox open for a long three, just missed it. Rebound outside, Fox trying to get it, but Zupp comes away with it.
Rumor has it that Mr. Ayers probably will show up Saturday if Jackson should advance. For a look at his early signee.
He was up at Jackson High School end of the regular season. A rare turnover in the open court by the Polar Bears. GlenOak with Fox, Devin Downing, Aaron Hull, Chris Downing, and Dave Conaway on the floor. Jackson with Chris up, Ollie Cart as the guards. Matt Thiel, Jamie Bosley at forward, and Jeff Chain now working at center. Devin Downing picked up by Bosley in the Jackson zone. Jackson mixing their defense as well, man-to-man and zone. Actually looks like more of a man-to-man at this point. Devin Downing got inside. Nice play by number 22. He's got 4, averaging 6 points, 5 rebounds per game. Tom Cannell heading downstairs. We'll be curious to see who he's found as his halftime guest. Also the numbers of Vic Steffen coming your way. Zupp had stripped away, but Hall was out of bounds. So Jackson will keep it up by 12 with 1:08 to go before halftime. Jensen ready to check back in. Jensen has a bucket for 2. Fox will sit down. He has 6 points for GlenOak. Bosley to trigger. Out to Ollie Cart. The long three. Got it. Devin Downing staring in disbelief at the length of that three. Ollie averaging 9 per game, 14 in the tournaments, adding 3 rebounds, 2 assists. That's his first points of this contest. Biggest GlenOak lead at 15. Hull tries to counter, just misses. Jensen there for the offensive board, and the foul will go against Jamie Bosley. There you see Bosley. Jensen using his height advantage, has about a 5 or 6 inch height edge, and comes away with that offensive board. First foul on Jamie Bosley. And Jensen at the foul line, 67% foul shooter, will look for his 4th point, and will look to try to cut the Jackson lead to 13. 44 seconds to go. Short this time, and Jeff Chain comes away with a rebound. Let's see if Jackson goes for the last shot here with 35 seconds to go. Up by 14 at 39-25. Ollie Cart backs it out, and I think that's exactly what Larry Taylor's team is going to do here. Cart, Thiel, Bosley, and Chain on the perimeter, and Zupp the guard working inside. Larry Taylor calls out the play, 15 seconds. And the Polar Bears go into motion. Thiel, Bosley guarded by Chris Downing. Bosley at the foul line, puts up the one-hander and puts it down at the buzzer. A strong first half for the Jackson Polar Bears. They go into the locker room with their biggest lead of the ball game, 16 points. defend their Canton district title. Barberton's attempt to defend the Akron district title ending tonight. Barberton beating them by 6 as Jamie Bosley now has 20. Medina beating Barberton game 1 up at the University of Akron 61-55. New Philly in a shocker first round tournament game beating 20-0 Dover. But tonight New Philly season coming to an end. Cambridge edging the Quakers 38-36. Downing inside loses it momentarily out of bounds to Jackson. And one more score to pass along from the field house. Buchtel, with all the upsets of all the top seeds, Buchtel, I know in Jim Johnson's mind, the team to beat down there. They defeated the Marlington Dukes tonight, 57-48.
Next week, what part of the state comes to visit us?
Well, it could be Medina. They'll be in the Akron district title game against the winner of the second ball game tonight, Wadsworth against Garfield. Had a 2-point goal for Bosley. He scored 4 in this period, 22 in the game. We'll get the Kent district winner. Stowe's up there, Warren Western Reserve, or Warren Harding, I should say, up there, the combination of the two schools, and Bob LaRicca always with a good team. Count that shot by, no, wave it off, offensive.
Stepped on the line.
Stepped on the line. And Youngstown Cheney's up there as well. So a Youngstown team or Stowe will be down here. And the fourth team in the Canton Regional will be either Zanesville or Marietta. And in fact, the winner of the Canton district will face one of those two teams 1 week from tonight. And you'll see all the regional action next week at 10:30 on your local sports station. That one knocked out of bounds. No, thought it went off at Derek Fox, and I think it did. The officials conferring and making the right call there. Good teamwork by the officials.
And they are Keith Walker and Greg Zink. Great segue.
Henderson high post, Bosley in low, lost control, still got the shot up, and I think Chain got hammered by Chris Downing.
I don't know how Bosley got that ball up to the rim.
Chris Downing with 2 personal fouls.
Take a look at this. The ball's already up there. There's the reach in by Downing. Chain with clear rebounding position.
Nice pass. Henderson is up. Chris up, his first 2. Could be his first shot of the game for that matter. And that Jackson lead now at 22 points. Polar Bears look strong here tonight as they begin defense of their Canton district title. Aaron Hall, rim nose, up inside, battling for the rebound, and he's got it. Well, Jackson, the only team I know where the center leads the team in assists and the point guard is among the leading rebounders. Says a lot about the versatility of Larry Taylor's team. Henderson foul line, passed on the shot. Now stolen by Devin Downing. Downing goes in against the bigger Henderson, draws the foul. That'll be the 3rd foul on Scott Henderson. We'll step aside. 5:38 to go, 3rd period. Look for his 6th point of the ball game. There's the fact that Scott Henderson's on the floor at all tonight. Is a story in and of itself after a badly sprained ankle here a week ago against Massillon.
Right in the very beginning of that game too, huh?
Yep. Within the first minute and a half. Bosley down low, working on Conaway. Nice job defensively off of Aaron Hull. Larry Taylor calling out the play.
Jim Nicodemo calling out the defense.
20-point lead for Jackson, 47-27. Bosley has been unstoppable. No, but he draws the foul.
Well, you know, talking with Dave Cady before we came on the air down there, he just marvels at this kid's just ability to get the ball to the hole, into the hole, and the ways that he does it. And 2 or 3 people on him, he takes it between defenders. They know he's coming with it, and they still just can't stop him.
Jamie Bosley looking for a career point, 2012. 5 in the period, a game high 23 in the ball game, but that doesn't tell the whole story. He's had a number of steals tonight, always strong on the boards, averaging 10 rebounds and 3 assists per game. Reed Sims is in.
Number 50, Reed Sims.
And Devin Downing will sit down. Jamie Bosley, 26 points per game regular season, 26 points per game in the tournaments, 28 points per game on average against GlenOak. Mr. Consistency. Reed Sims down low against Henderson. Aaron Hall out front against Matt Thiel. Blocking foul on Thiel.
There's a little bit of inexperience shown that time by Sims, and in the next year or two you're going to see him spin from that low baseline with possession of the ball man to man and try and make a shot or put a shot up and get fouled. Just a little hesitant to put that shot up at this juncture of his career.
Yep, just a sophomore gaining valuable tournament experience. Almost a steal by Zupp out of bounds to GlenOak.
Remember, we saw him play at Hoover, and he was outstanding.
Got our CCI award, giving them a spark off the bench. Conaway got a step inside, lost the handle, got it back. Covered by Henderson, needs some help. Off of Sims' foot. And Bosley had the ball, but again, ran out of room.
Bosley gets a lot of floor burns in a ball game as well. Throws himself all over the basketball floor.
Chris Downing outside. 4:50 to go, period number 3. GlenOak down by 22 points. Aaron Hull for 3. No. Bosley, a rebound knocked away by Downing, controlled by Conaway to Aaron Hull. Chris Downing working on Zupp. And Zupp will get called for the block. And Zupp now with 3 personal fouls. So Zupp and Henderson each with 3 personals for Jackson.
There you see trying to cut off the drive at the foul line.
Henderson sits down. Ali Cart is back in. Henderson out with 4. Cart back in with 3 points. Look at Bosley battling with Hull. And Cart had it. Hull gets it back. Fox ahead of the field.
I think Larry Taylor wants to know how come Cart disappeared from the floor in that melee for the ball.
Fox leads his team with 8 points. And we'll see if that dunk will spark the Golden Eagles. Hall is all over Matt Thiel, doing a good job defensively. Zupp picked up by Fox. Chain working the high post and threw it away.
Larry Taylor wants a timeout.
And gets it. Just past the midway point in period number 3, Jackson leads by 20.
(49-29). Here comes the dunk a moment ago by Fox. Two-hander. Derek Fox, a 6-foot junior, so he can get up.
Varsity assistant Gary Jones talked to the troops while Larry Taylor had a few words for the officials here. Jackson comes out with Chris Zupp, Jeff Chain, Matt Thiel, Jamie Bosley, and Ali Cart. GlenOak will counter with Chris Downing, Dave Conaway, Derek Fox, Aaron Hall, and Reed Sims. Point to be made here, Tom Cantle. Certainly won't be a surprise if Jackson wins this game. What surprises me is the margin right now, because take nothing away, GlenOak, a very, very good team, peaking at exactly the right time this season.
You're right. The improvement in the last couple of weeks is just at the time you'd like to see it. There's a walk. Looked like short yardage as Fox and Ali Cart end over end back through the paint. Going to just bury his shoulder right into Cart right here.
Yeah. Derek played football for Fred Thomas, who we saw at our pregame meal tonight. Foul on Sims going up against Chain.
Freddie with the little Bambino with him tonight.
Yeah, the new addition to the Thomas family.
And he took a shot at me, too. There's a shot in the block. He took the hat off his little boy. Obviously, the little boy with very little hair, but still said he did more than I did. Much to the liking of the table of.
Yes, a good line. Boy, what a night Jeff Chain is putting together here. He has a season high now of 7 points. 3 out of 3 from the foul line. Percentage-wise, best free throw shooter on the team at 86%.
Reminds me of the center of 3 or 4 years ago, Johnson. You don't see a lot of points off him, but he works the boards hard. He's a passer. He's around. He keeps the ball alive. A lot like that kid.
And the versatility of Jeff Chain is he can play both strong forward and center for you. And he's got that versatility as well. Fox for 3. No. Hall and Thiel working for the rebound.
Couldn't save it.
3:19 to go, period number 3. Jackson led by 11 after 1 and by 16 at halftime. Bosley, not this time. Sims with the strong outlet pass, but it's picked off by Chris Zupp. A collision at midcourt. Fouls on Conaway. Both teams working hard out there.
Well, GlenOak may be down on the scoreboard, but that doesn't stop him from scrapping.
And you got to tip your hat to a team like that. Yeah, Bosley called for traveling.
Well, he took a little step to the left, step to the right before he took off. That's one too many.
Devin Downing to check back in. He's got 6 points. Larry Taylor. And what can you say about what he's done at Jackson High School? 7 straight years in district play, and you look at his district championship record. 2, 3 championships, a couple other games. He forced the opponent into overtime. Boy, Downing working hard and draws the foul against Bosley. And you hear the reaction of the GlenOak fans.
Shot will go over the hoop. Nice run in and rebound. And it's his own man that really prevents him from being able to lay it in. That was Sims.
Devin Downing, Darren Hall. Hall picked up by Chris Zupp. Fox left alone momentarily, picked up by Cart. Bosley almost got the steal and did knock it off of Chris Downing, so Jackson will get the ball back.
They've scrapped, excuse me,
it's
Seth.
okay, go ahead.
They've scrapped one another all night tonight. They've dogged each other with the basketball, really trying to outwork each other.
The pace offensively is slowed down here in period number 3, but not the intensity. Giving Jeff Chain the chance to tie his shoe. GlenOak going full court. In terms of defensive pressure, Fox picking up Ali Cart. Here comes Downing on the double team. Jackson recognizing it, gets it over to Chris Zupp. Approaching the 2.5-minute mark, third period. Thiel, nice feed inside to a wide open Jamie Bosley.
That's what I talked about earlier. They've got shots that they can take, but they still look for him and give the ball up when Bosley is open like that.
The assist to Thiel, Jamie Bosley, a game-high 26 points. Downing tried to get it inside off of Matt Thiel. 2:09 to go, period number 3. It looks like another CCI award for the Bosley household. They may have to build a new room to house all of the awards. Of course, Jamie only has one thing on his mind. That's another trip to Columbus.
I have a surprise addition to that.
Okay, well, we could double down. Wouldn't be the first time on the Jackson side. I think we've doubled down almost every game this year. And I think I know who you may have in mind. Chris Zupp working hard. Got it to Thiel. Thiel will take it strong inside. Count and a foul. Now Thiel, who has 3 threes from the outside, will now try to get the conventional three-point play.
Good pass to the open man baseline. He's just going to bring it in strong. Puts a nice move on Sims. Up and off the glass strong.
Matt Thiel, 3 out of 4 from the foul line in the tournament, make it 4 out of 5. 83% foul shooter on the season. 13 points in this game. The Jackson lead is 25. 1:40 to go, period number 3. Chris Downing making a move. Knocked away by Zupp to Bosley. He's fouled.
Downing on the reach in. Fans give it ooh and ah. Looked like Downing had taken a couple of steps on the move off his dribble. Now he'll reach right in to try to get it back, and that's where the foul was called.
Chris Downing is the first player with 4 personal fouls. And this time they'll call Aaron Hull on the personal. Jamie Bosley getting to know the wood here at the Canton Civic Center very well.
Well, you know, he takes his lumps. as a physical player. This is a good hook in hockey. Just bring him right down.
And what I like about number 44, among many items, is the fact that he is a physical player, so he takes a lot of shots, and he just gets up and calmly walks away and gets ready to do his business, in this case going to the foul line.
You're right. You watch a lot of these teams, and the prima donna, the big-time player, whoever you want to call as the star player, will trot down the floor, not go after a loose ball, look to be open, look to get the ball. This guy fights for the ball in the corner like he's digging a puck out of the corner from a hockey game. He will throw his body after a loose ball.
Would you call him the ultimate blue-collar type of basketball player?
I think and that's part of the example that he leads by. I think these other guys go to war the same way.
Jamie Bosley, 8 out of 10 from the foul line in this game, 18 out of 20 in the tournament.
I think they're on kind of a mission. They threw a clinker in down in Columbus last year, and I think they'd like to try and go and play a little different brand of ball in front of that crowd down there.
And they had a tough first half against the Massillon Tigers on this floor a week ago before they exploded in the second half, and they picked up in this game where they left off at the end of that one.
It's like the train gaining momentum.
Yep. Jamie Bosley has 8 points in this third period and 26 in the game. Make that 10 in the period and 28 in the contest. Devin Downing had his pocket picked by Ali Cart. Jackson with the ball. A minute to go here in period number 3. The roar from the Jackson faithful. Their team up by 27 points.
And there are plenty of them. They got the entire stage in purple to our right.
Well, the support of the Jackson community and the Jackson High School students for this team has been very, very solid. Larry Taylor always quick to point that out on any of our telecasts. Ali Cart for 3. Nope, air ball. So GlenOak gets it with 29 seconds to go in this third period. I want to congratulate the GlenOak fans here. We look across and a sea of green on the other side. They're out in force as well in this nearly capacity crowd here at the Civic Center.
Very well attended by both crowds.
This is when the teams and the players need it the most at tournament time. That is fan support. Devin Downing did everything but go down. Jamie Bosley another rebound. Got by Conaway, puts up the 3, got it at the buzzer. Jamie Bosley, 13 in the period, 31 in the game. It's a 30-point Jackson lead after 3.
35-footer put up yet by Bosley. Well, we'll kind of look at this one. Just in over the front edge, curls to the bottom.
Ladies and gentlemen, attendance for tonight's game, 3,784. That's
3,784 here at the Civic Center. An outstanding crowd for this district semifinal. Unofficially for Jackson, Jamie Bosley, 31. Matt Thiel, 13. Jeff Chain, a season-high 8. Scott Henderson, 4. Ali Cart, 3. Chris up, 2. And Tom Cannon, you're making a strong case for a double-down CCI award. Jeff Chain having a fine ball game tonight.
He'd be my pick. You know, he doesn't appear a lot in the box score other than, you know, scored 4, scored 6, but he does an awful lot with the basketball team to help the other guys get the job done. And tonight he's put it through the hoop.
For GlenOak, 7 Chris Downing, 5 Aaron Hull, 8 Derek Fox, 8 Devin Downing, 3 Eric Jensen. And with that 3-pointer, Aaron Hull quickly ties for team high scoring honors with Derek Fox and Devin Downing. All 3 players now with 8 points apiece. And it's a 61-34 Jackson advantage with 7.5 minutes to play. Ali Cart to a wide open Matt Thiel. Thiel with 4 3-point shots. And I don't know if he's missed from 3-point range tonight, DC. Jackson hitting on all cylinders tonight. Bosley with the steal. Bosley against Gilhausen, and Gilhausen has to let him go.
Nothing he could do. Only he could do is hack him.
Jamie Bosley's season high is 35, career high 44, as Fox draws the foul. And Tom Cantle, he's in range of both. He's got 33 points in this game. We will pause with 6:46 to play.
Jackson substitution, number 42,
6:34.
Derek Fox, first time at the line, 10 out of 12 in the tournament. 66% foul shooter on the regular season. And Derek Fox, first GlenOak player in double figures with 10 points. Jamie Bosley just left the game to a thunderous ovation. It remains to be seen if his night of work is complete or not. Jackson with a 30-point advantage, so it might be, and Fox from behind bumps Ali Cart. Looks like we're going to shoot a lot of fouls from this point on, partner.
Yeah, both teams in the bonus.
Through 3, Tom Cantle. Instead of going through all the numbers, 2 numbers just leap out at me. Jackson hitting 72% of their shots from the field, 21 out of 29. 14 out of 16 from the foul line for 88%.
And it's been consistent. They haven't had a cold spell all night long.
Nice feed inside. Fox to Sims, but the young sophomore loses it out of bounds. Reed Sims getting some on-the-job training here at the Civic Center. And again, for GlenOak, a lot of positives in this season.
They'll be back.
Yep, including the fact they've got, they lose 2 outstanding players in Chris Downing and Aaron Hall, but everybody else will return. Ali Cart with 5 points in the game. 68-36 Jackson with 6 minutes to play. We'll set the Jackson lineup for you after this GlenOak possession. They're out there with Hull, Gilhausen making his first appearance, Fox, Sims, and Conaway up front for Jim Nicodemo. Aaron Hall with a 3 from downtown Massillon and almost hit it. And Gilhausen fouled by Ali Cart. Ali with his second personal foul.
Both these coaches work very hard in their programs, develop good programs year in, year out. Larry Taylor has got his seniors out there. Jim Nicodemo cultivating his younger people. In a couple of years from now, he'll be the guy with the seniors on the floor.
Jensen is back in. We're going to see junior Greg McClellan for his first time at guard. So even when you get the guys off the bench, they're all are underclassmen and all will return next year.
52, Eric Jensen.
Nice to see both coaches giving some TV time and some tournament time to some of their younger players who are there day after day at practice, working hard just like the starters and key performers off the bench. You see the 30-point margin on the Schwartz home scoreboard. We're approaching 5.5 minutes to play. It's been all Jackson since they took an 11-point lead after one, 23-12, and just stretched it out since then.
Well, they took that 10-3 run from 9-9, and they've just, as you mentioned, keep lengthening it from there.
Jackson's out there with Shane. Jason's up, the younger brother of Chris up. So the Zupp brothers are on the floor with Shane, Ali Cart, and Matt Thiel. Thiel is guarded by McClellan. Cart gets away from the double team. Fires it inside. And Reed Sims got the shot by Jason Zupp. GlenOak foul on the play.
Good open man. Fined, though, by
Jensen gets his second personal foul.
GlenOak substitution, number 24, Chris Downing.
Chris Downing, saddled with 4 personal fouls, checks back in, and Derek Fox sits down. Downing has 7 points in the game, and Fox with 10. Jason Zupp can't get the foul shot to go. And Jackson gets the ball back. A 30-point lead, 4:51 to play, and Tom Cantle probably an appropriate time with the outcome decided to talk about our CCI awards. I think it's all settled from the Jackson perspective, doubling down. Jamie Bosley, 33 points, and Jeff Chain with a career high total tonight of 8. Who do you like on the GlenOak side?
Well, I'll tell you, it's really spread amongst the three. The three on my lineup right here: Derek Fox, Devin Downing. I'd go with one of those two. I'll give you those two to pick from.
Ball knocked out of bounds to Jackson. Well, Fox averaging 14 per game has 10.
Make that Chris Downing.
Okay. Chris Downing averaging 12 per game has 7. Thiel in the lane, counting a foul. Boy, Matt Thiel has to get an honorable mention tonight for Jackson. He just keeps cooking. We'll pause, be back with our CCI award winners with 4:20 to play. Jackson trying to extend the lead, and Matt Thiel, if I had $1 for every 3-point play he's had tonight, both conventional and from the 3-point arc, I could retire.
Or you could finally buy dinner.
Oh, I had to get that dinner shot in there. Chris Downing, no. Tipped by Sims, battle underneath. Ali Cart comes away with it. We'll announce our CCI award winners at the next dead ball opportunity. 71 for Jackson, 38 GlenOak. Less than 4 minutes to play. Incidentally, stay tuned after the game for Stat Steffen's numbers and TC with some words of wisdom from Larry Taylor as Jackson back to the district finals. Jason's up with the offensive rebound, and Jackson will bring it back out with 3:35 to play. Fox and Gilhausen ready to check in for GlenOak. Zupp, Cart, Chain, Thiel, actually the Zupp brothers, Chris and Jason. Cart got the roll. Ali Cart with 7 points. And we approach 3 minutes to play. Chris Downing with the move. Nice dish off to Jensen. Got the roll. Eric Jensen with 5. A 33-point Jackson lead with 2:50 to play. Well, the future is bright for GlenOak. The future is now for Jackson. Maybe that's a simplified way to talk about this ball game tonight. Ali Cart with a long 3, just missed. Hull battling Thiel with the rebound, saved nicely by McClellan. Hull getting some help from McClellan. 2:22 to play. Sims trying to make a move on Shane. Nice bounce pass to Jensen. Couldn't get that one to go. Chris Downing in the paint. Downing throws it up. Tom Cantle heading downstairs as we announce our CCI player of the game. Congratulations on the GlenOak perspective to junior forward Derek Fox and to Jackson with Jamie Bosley and Jeff Chain. All 3 players will receive this handsome plaque from our friends of CCI and Ameritech Centrex, your telecommunications teammates. Jackson clearing its bench now. 17 points on the night for Matt Thiel. Chris Downing short on the foul shot. Scott Henderson finishing with 4 tonight. Jamie Bosley with 33. Chris up with 2. It does not really reflect his contributions tonight. Jeff Chain, our co-CCI award winner, a season high 8. Ali Cart, his night is done with 7. And we'll set the lineup for you for Jackson now. This is Chris Marcinkoski with the basketball. Out there with number 50, Jeff Whitaker. Number 54, Kevin Verdi. Number 24 out there is Mark Osterman. And number 12 is Jesse Barr, who's back in the ball game with 2 minutes to play. A 33-point Jackson lead. And we'll set the GlenOak lineup for you. McClellan is out there along with Gilhausen at the guard. Sims up front with Fox. Whitaker misses the shot. Verdi puts it down. Verdi, his first two. We also see Dan Bauser, number 42, a 6'4" junior in there. He's a young man wearing the brace on his left knee. So Fox, the only starter on the floor for GlenOak. He's our CCI player and shows you why there. Derek Fox, a season, I should say a game high, 12 points for GlenOak. 75-42 Polar Bears with 1:15 to play. Whitaker gets it back to Barr, picked up by Gilhausen. 1:05 to play. The Jackson Polar Bears will be in the district finals Saturday night against the winner of tomorrow night's Canton McKinley Worcester game. Kaliko Smalls, a junior forward wearing number 30, is in, as is Torrey High, a junior guard. He wears number 12, as Jim Nicodemo has gotten all of his players into the lineup. Bill Dessiger stopping by, and we thank Bill for all his help and support. And Bauser, his first two. Bill Dessiger hosting us not once but twice during the regular season, and memorable wins for the Polar Bears over Canton McKinley and against Hoover that clinched the Federal League Championship for Jackson. 30 seconds to play. Jackson with the ball and a 31-point lead. Verdi at the high post. Verdi, who himself coming back from a knee problem. Foul line, thought about it, passed it up. This is Marcinkowski with it. Osterman. Back to Verdi. Under 10 to play. And Jackson content to run out the clock. The Jackson Polar Bears going back to the Canton District Final. The final score, Jackson 75, GlenOak 44. Polar Bears, a 31-point victory here tonight in the Canton District semifinal, down to TC with Coach Larry Taylor and company.
I'm down here with the cast of Ben-Hur dressed in Jackson basketball uniforms with Larry Taylor, and you just couldn't do it much better than you did tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tommy, you know, the kids, they were ready to play. They really were. We had told them before that, you know, we couldn't put 32 minutes together. We had been up and down in our quarters. We weren't playing real well at times, and we were getting behind early. And we kind of motivated them to get out there and play a game, relax a little bit now, and playing hard and playing strong and doing things well. And obviously, they responded quite well.
Talking to Dave at halftime, he just sat up there and said, how do you defend this team? You take away the inside game, they kill you from the outside. You take the outside game, they kill you on the baseline.
Well, you know, that's the versatility these kids have worked hard at, Tommy. They've done things on their own in the off seasons and what have you, and you try to be as versatile as you can with them and be as versatile as they'll show you. But the biggest thing that they've been able to do lately is reading very well offensively. They do make a lot of great reads, and when you can do that, you're going to be pretty versatile in your attack.
Well, one more game for sure. That'll be Saturday night. We'll look forward to seeing you.
Well, we'll be here Saturday, that's for sure.
Okay, you can take this ugly motley crew and get them back down for some
Jamie
showers.
wants to say hi.
Jamie, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Mrs. Taylor, we love you. We're sorry you couldn't make it, but hey, we hope you feel better.
What a politician. Okay, Scott, you can wrap it up.
Thanks.
See you later.
Ticket information for Jackson High School fans as follows. Tomorrow, tournament tickets will go on sale to varsity boys basketball team members, varsity cheerleaders, and all season ticket holders. These people only may purchase tickets from 5 to 9 p.m. Bill Dessiger saying they'll start selling tickets at 5. A limit of 1 tournament ticket for each season ticket held. Phone orders will not be accepted. This Friday, they'll sell tickets to varsity team members and varsity cheerleaders and season ticket holders, plus staff who are not season ticket holders. Got that from 8 a.m. to 12 noon. Friday from noon to 4. Remaining tickets go on sale to the general public, a limit of 2 per person during this time frame. Then on Saturday, the remaining tickets, if any, and we underline if any, will go on sale to the general public starting at 9 a.m. until 12 noon. Again, a limit of 2 tickets per person. And again, no phone orders accepted. We'll step aside one more time. When we come back, the stat man, Vic Steffen, once again front and center. A big win tonight for the defending Canton District champs.